everyone, James Kratch here, Camp Randall Stadium, flying solo this week. Rutgers, a 31-17 loser to Wisconsin here Saturday. And look, as we all know, I picked the Scarlet Knights to win this football game coming in. Many people made fun of me. I understand why. And of course, it didn't happen. But I take a little bit of solace, little participation trophy, in the fact that, you know what, I really think Rutgers had a chance to win this game on Saturday. And if they would have won the game, I think, if their offense could do anything, a second straight game, I think that's the story. The defense played well enough to win, wore down a little bit in the second half, gave up some big runs, much more. I mean, look, when you give up 300 yards rushing in the second half, you really can't say you had a good defensive effort. But I thought it was one of these games where the big thing, Wisconsin, they did not want to throw the ball after Alex Hornibrook had thrown 2 picks in the first half, struggled, then obviously gets the head injury, gets knocked out. Jack Cohn of the Kyle Flood helicopter fame comes in. It was very obvious that they didn't want to run. They did not want to throw the ball. They just want to run. You understand that with Jonathan Taylor and the big offensive line they have. And the problem was Rutgers put them in a position to do that. Rutgers is down 10-0 at halftime. I thought they were way too conservative at the end of the first half. They should have gone for it on fourth down rather than punting. Don't really understand why Chris Ash was playing for field position with under 2 minutes to go in the first half of a game where he could have potentially scored and then gotten the ball back in the second half. But once Rutgers goes 3 and out to start the second half, Wisconsin gets the ball. They're up 10-0, and they can just hand it off and run it down Rutgers' throat, which is exactly what they did. I know Cohn had a couple of passes later in the game in garbage time, but I think on the first 19 plays Wisconsin ran in the first half, 18 of them were runs, and that allowed Wisconsin to build up a 24-0 lead, I believe, at one point, and kind of coast to the victory. I thought this game Rutgers could have won. I think if they have an offense that converts third downs, that makes things happen, that gets points on the board, any sort of points in the first half, I think Wisconsin has to be a little bit more honest. They have to throw the ball a little bit more, and hey, maybe Rutgers makes another play or two on defense. Maybe it finally knocks one in after a turnover and makes this a close game. I think it's interesting. I'm intrigued to see how Rutgers is going to kind of react about this game, how they're going to, respond to this game and kind of frame this game going forward as we turn to the Michigan game, because I think at this point, yes, you're 1-8, and this is the closest game you've had against one of the top Big Ten teams in a while. You could kind of say, hey, this is progress, moral victory, but I think at this point, this is a game Rutgers should have won, or at the very least taken down to the final plays of the game, down a touchdown or something. I think this is a disappointing result for Rutgers. I stand by the pick I made of them to win. Obviously, it wasn't right, but I think what I expected kind of played out. Wisconsin's overrated. They're not a very good football team. They're certainly not an elite football team. And their offense made mistakes, and they let Rutgers hang around. The Scarlet Knights just couldn't take advantage. And that was the same thing with Northwestern. It's the same thing now. This offense is not doing enough, and that's the big thing going forward. This offense has to show some form of life in the final 3 games, I think, for this team to have any chance to win a game. But you know what? If Rutgers can play tight against Northwestern, play relatively close against Wisconsin, maybe it's got a little bit of hope. I would think maybe Michigan State's the next kind of spot that maybe they have a chance. Don't see them beating Michigan. Don't see them beating Penn State. But hey, who knows? Maybe they can pull something out at the end of the season. But for now, it looks like it's 1-8, headed towards 1-11, unless something changes drastically with the offense. This is a game Rutgers could have won. I think it's a game maybe they should have won.